Greetings and welcome to Newzim TV. I am Makanaka Masenya. My story is making the headlines. Graft accused Minister Mupfumira denied bail. Air Force pilot jailed 20 years for killing girlfriend. In business, OK Zimbabwe boss praises Minister Mupfumira for stripping forex use. In sports, Rodwell Chinyengetere back at FC Platinum. News in greater detail. Corruption-accused Tourism Minister Priska Mupfumira will spend another night in police custody after her bail hearing failed to conclude when she appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Munamato Mtevedzi on Friday. Mupfumira, the first serving minister and probably the first person to be arrested by the newly appointed Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, is being accused of siphoning over $500,000 from the National Social Security Authority for personal use, among a slew of alleged offences. She was arrested on Thursday morning and was taken to the Harare Magistrates Court on Friday to be involved in a lengthy court hearing in which both prosecutors and her lawyers vehemently argued on a suitability or lack of to be set free. At the end of hearing, Mtevedzi said he wanted to study the submissions and to see if it is within his jurisdiction to make such determination. Justice Minister Ziyambi says that corruption at power supplier ZESA is so massive that it makes President Emmerson Mnangagwa's blood cold. Ziyambi was speaking during a panel discussion organized by a local state-owned online television station in partnership with the U.S. Embassy in Harare on Thursday. Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission Chairperson Justice Lois Matanda-Moyo was co-panelist. ZESA has been in the news headlines for all the wrong reasons, with the decision to award controversial businessman Wikno Chivayo a Gwanda solar power project standing out as one such case of glaring corruption. A recent audit by the Auditor General established that ZESA's subsidiary, Zimbabwe Electricity Transmission Distribution Company, paid $4.9 million for transformers to a local firm almost a decade ago, but has not taken delivery of the consignment under unclear circumstances. Parliament's failure to establish a Braille system is seriously hampering efforts to receive oral evidence from people living with sight problems, opposition lawmaker Priscilla Mshonga has said. Mshonga said this in the House on Thursday, adding that she was forced to turn back someone who was visually impaired from appearing before her committee because there is no oath in Braille at Parliament. Deputy Speaker Tsitigezi said the matter will be dealt with. In the courts, an Air Force of Zimbabwe pilot who brutally murdered his Gweru-based girlfriend has been sentenced to 20 years in prison following his conviction on murder with constructive intent by a Bulawayo High Court judge on Friday. Justice Nokuthula Moyo convicted and sentenced Tashinga Msonza, who is 29 years of age, for killing Lucy Dube, who was 32 in November last year. 9 state witnesses, including Dr. Sanganai Pesanai, the pathologist who examined the deceased body, testified during the 4-day trial, which ended about 2 weeks ago. In business, Finance Minister Mtulinglube's economic reforms have created a predictable environment and allowed business to plan, one of the country's biggest retail chain, OK Zimbabwe, has said. The retail giant's chief executive officer, Alex Siawora, said as a business they have noticed a degree of price stability following the recent raft of currency reforms initiatives. Siawora says uncontrolled deterioration in currency market had resulted in massive price hikes, but the situation seems to have been tamed following Klube's decision to ban the multi-currency system and the designation of the local dollar as legal tender in all domestic transactions. However, critics, especially in labor and the opposition, have lashed out at Klube's economic reforms, with the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions demanding that workers be paid in foreign currency.
Many people have been asking me how did I manage it, because they could see that everything was There, everything was just happening. Things were being paid. So I've told people that it was through Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. So I would advise everyone to join this Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. Their policy is good because it took all the weight off my shoulders.
In sports, reigning Premier League Soccer Star of the Year, Rodwell Chinyengetere, has completed a return to Zimbabwe champions FC Platinum just 7 months after leaving the club to join South African side Baroka FC. The 31-year-old attacking midfielder, who last season retained the Soccer Star of the Year gong, rejoins the Rishavani side on a 6-month loan deal ahead of their participation in the CAF Champions League. FC Platinum spokesperson Chidwe Chizondo confirmed Chinyengetere's imminent return to action subject to receiving his international clearance from the South African club. Reporting for newszimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For this and more stories, visit our website www.newszimbabwe.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, News TV.